Hello, my name is Rod Gillis, Education Director at the American Numismatic Association. And today I want to spend some time talking with you about a subject that we really don't like to discuss very often, and that is what happens when we pass that great misty veil of life and we're ready to enter the coin shop up in the sky. What do we do with the collection that we've left behind? You know, a lot of times we get phone calls here at headquarters from someone who says that they've lost a loved one, perhaps a grandfather or father or what have you, and that they were a coin collector and have a lot of coins that they have just inherited. They don't know anything about coin collecting, and they are asking us for advice as to what is it to do with their collection. And that's a pretty difficult question because there's a lot of different types of questions that we need to ask to be able to give them advice that will be relevant to them. The first thing that we ask someone who has that situation is, we ask them, what type of collection is it? Is it a collection that deals primarily with United States coins? Does it deal with world coins? Does it deal with ancient coins? We also ask them the size of the collection. Are we looking at coins that are maybe 5 or 10 coins in the collection, or are we looking at coins that are 100 coins in the collection, or 1,000 coins in the collection? And these are all very important questions because their answers to us will help us decide how to help them best. Let's spend a little bit of time talking about ancient coins. If someone calls us and they ask us about what to do with ancient coins, that's kind of difficult. And the reason is because deciding what is going on with ancient coins is difficult because ancient coins don't have any dates. And so it's very hard for us to understand what exact coin they're talking about because there are so many different varieties. And so in that situation, we generally tell them that it's best to spend the time to take those coins to their local A&A dealer and see if they can help them. Because it's difficult for us, numismatists, to be able to figure out what type of coin that they're discussing, let alone someone who is not involved in the hobby at all. Generally, I can say that if the coin is of a base metal, of a bronze, copper, that chances are that it will have a fairly modest value. If we're talking about coins, ancient coins that are made of silver or of gold, then we're talking about substantial value. And so again, it's really best to consult a professional, an A&A affiliated dealer, and that's the best way to go in that situation. If they are talking about a world coin collection, and again, speaking in generalities, it's best to understand that unless the coins are made of a precious metal, be it silver or be it gold, or unless the coins are from the 19th century or before, chances are that the world coins are of a fairly modest value. And again, it's important to understand that I'm speaking in generalities. But we often have a lot of people who will contact us and say, my father fought in the Second World War and he collected several coins from the countries that he visited, and we have them now, and we're trying to figure out what to do with them. In those situations, if the coins are generally from the 20th, 21st century, and they are made out of nickel or copper, generally we're looking at very modest values. So what do you do with a collection like that? Well, there are several things. You could maybe disperse them to younger members of the family. Maybe you could get them interested in collecting coins, which is always a wonderful thing. Or perhaps you might think of selling them, and if you are planning on selling them, if they are of modest value, you might want to take them to a dealer who may be interested in them. Another option is, if the coins are not of tremendous value, you may be able to donate them to a worthy cause. One worthy cause that I can recommend is donating them to the American Numismatic Association, because we can generally find good homes for any coin that you care to donate. We have a lot of programs that involve young numismatists who are always interested in learning more about the world around them, and those coins can help educate them. United States coins are a bit more complicated. And so what I'd like to do is spend another time talking about what to do with a United States coin collection, because that is a bit more complicated and a bit more intricate. This is Rod Gillis at the American Numismatic Association wishing you happy collecting.